Welcome! I'm so glad you've decided to join me in taking a moment of mindfulness for yourself. And remember, you don't have to be any good at it at all for it to be helpful for you. So let's just take a minute to find a comfortable place and a comfortable position for you to spend the next few minutes with me. Maybe you can find a comfortable chair or even lay down and set yourself up with some pillows or even a blanket, whatever you find the most suitable for you. And when you're ready, go ahead and get settled in, maybe closing your eyes and letting yourself sink into the surface that you've chosen. And let's just begin by focusing on your breathing. Notice when you inhale where you feel the air go. Perhaps you feel it the most when it enters in through your nose, as it makes your chest or your stomach rise. And then with every exhale, notice again wherever you feel the most sensation. Perhaps it's the falling of your chest or stomach, or the relaxing of certain parts of your body. Maybe you feel the warmth of the air as it exits out of your nose or mouth. And as we're noticing these things, let's avoid the temptation to judge them. All you're doing is observing, and observing with curiosity, marveling at this thing we do 1,000,000 times a day without ever noticing it. Breathing. And just breathe normally. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. And if you notice your attention begins to wander away from your body, that's okay. And part of our mindfulness practice is not judging that. You know your attention will wander at some point, and that's fine. But you noticing that your attention wandered, well, that in and of itself is mindfulness. So congratulations, you are very mindful. And then just bring your attention right back to the body. And as we continue breathing here, perhaps you notice different things with every inhale and with every exhale. Your breath is a super easy way to just anchor yourself in this moment. We're breathing all the time, and yet we normally don't take the time to notice. Breathing is probably one of the easiest ways to apply mindfulness in your everyday life. When you feel your mind wandering or racing somewhere else, or you feel overwhelmed, in pain, or anxious, maybe just take a minute to notice your breath. Ask yourselves those little questions and explore the sensations that you feel. Let's move on to exploring other sensations of the body. Our sensations are an easy way for us to notice what's happening in the present and to allow our mind to realize that we're not in any danger. So we're going to do an exercise called a body scan that's going to help us explore a little bit of those sensations and also explore the sensations of pain or discomfort we may be experiencing. But again, just like the breathing, we're going to do so with no judgment and maybe even a little bit of compassion. So let's imagine that your attention is like a spotlight. And I just want you to bring your attention, or your spotlight, to your left little toe. It's probably been a long time since you and your left little toe had a conversation. So let's just see what on earth it's feeling. Maybe it senses the toe next to it. You can feel the pressure of the floor, your sock, a blanket. Perhaps it feels cold or warm. Now let's examine what the rest of your foot is feeling. Start to notice each of the toes on your left foot. Maybe imagine you've never felt them before. How would you describe it to someone? Explore the sensations of your arch, your heel. Maybe you notice pressure. Maybe you can even feel the air passing over it. Now compare those sensations with that of your right foot. Bring that spotlight over and begin examining everything you feel in your right foot and how it might be different than your left. Now let's bring your spotlight a little bit higher. Explore what you feel at your calves, your shins, your ankles, feel any tensions you might have. If you want, you can even try to relax them. And then make your way up a little higher to your knees. Notice any pressures you might feel behind the knee, in front, to the side. Now notice your thighs. Where do you feel the weight of your body? Do you feel heavier on one side or another? So as we continue, let's make our way up to the pelvis, to your bottom, to your hip creases. Maybe even to your bladder, your pelvic floor, your groin area. Now for many of you, these places may have a little bit more weight to them than your little toe. But we're approaching this differently, with curiosity, And if you feel anything uncomfortable or unpleasant there right now, explore the sensation. I'm not going to judge it. We're not going to tell it we don't want it to be there. And we're going to welcome it and introduce ourselves. How would you describe the sensations that you feel? For instance, if you feel pain, what exactly does it feel like? Is it sharp? Is it dull? Is it burning? Is it pressure? Maybe it's some of those things, but very little. Or maybe it's really intense. And remember, we're not assuming that we know what that feels like just because we felt it a million times before. Explore exactly what you feel right now. And then we may be tempted to stay a little longer here, but we're going to treat it exactly like the rest of the body and continue to move our spotlight. So let's shift your attention a little higher to your stomach, your back, and here you may feel the sensations of your breath again. Notice if they've changed since we began this exercise. And continue up to your chest, in between your shoulder blades and your shoulders. Notice any tightness or heaviness or lightness that you feel here. Notice the ease that comes with your exhale, or changes in the tightness as maybe it melts a little bit away with every breath. Now shift your attention down your arms, past your biceps, your elbows. Notice your forearms, your wrists, and finally your hands. We have so many nerve endings in our fingers and our hands, so you might be able to explore more sensations here than you have in other places. Notice whatever your fingers are touching. What textures do you feel? Maybe move your fingers slightly against each other. And as you move them lightly, do those sensations feel pleasant? Are they gentle and light? And then move your spotlight away from your arms. Bring it up to your neck, your throat, notice any tensions you may have from your day here. Or again, maybe how they may have eased just taking these few moments for yourself. And bring your spotlight up a little higher to your jaw. Are you clenching it? What does it feel like to let it go and soften maybe letting your teeth drift away from each other. And what are you doing with your tongue? Is it pressing up on the roof of your mouth, or is it gently resting there? Can you feel the backs of your teeth, or notice a lingering taste in your mouth? Notice your lips. Are they pressed together or open? Bring your attention to your nose as you feel the air come through, maybe more through one nostril than another. And bring your attention to your eyes, your eyelids. You can see colors dancing through them. Now your eyebrows, are they tight or relaxed? Your temples, your head, your scalp, or anywhere you feel your hair touching. And we've completed our body scan, and you've explored your body in more depth than you've probably taken the time to before. But you can do this anytime. And if it helps, you can listen to this recording, or you can do it yourself. And it doesn't even have to take this long, or it could take even longer. Either way, notice if you feel any changes in your body and your breathing, or even in your state of mind since we began this. And if you do, that's wonderful. And if you don't, we have no judgment, only acceptance. So thank you so much for taking the time to just spend a little mindful moment and taking the time to be present. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, you can come back to this whenever you like.